Okay, so you just got to see a full mix playthrough. It wasn't really a metal track. It had some, I guess, rockier metal items with the guitar playing as well, but I wanted to do something a little different. This plugin's used all the time for metal music, and I wanted to push it a little bit. So whether you liked that style of track or not, it's undeniable that the low end of Eurobass is awesome. So I wanted to look at a few things. First off, the comparison between Eurobass II, Eurobass III. It's a complete redesign. And that's essentially what I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over the UI. I'm going to go over the three different, I guess you could say, modes of Eurobass 3 and some of the features of it. So first off, we've got DI, we've got clean, and we've got distortion, which is awesome. They're all really versatile, unique modes. I've mapped out a very, very tiny kind of, I guess baseline here, and I'll play it through the DI, the clean, and the distortion, and then I'll take you through what's going on down here and then some of the function now. So first the DI. Now the clean. And now the distortion. So that's overview, nothing's changed there. What we've got here is we've got drive, tone, compress, and girth. So if I just play and change some of the parameters as it's being played. So you can see, things are changing exactly as they say they are. The drive is pushing it more, the tone is, siphoning it down or pushing it forward. And, it's really cool to have like an inbuilt mixing board within it. And then you've got the fretboard function now too, which you can clearly see what's going on. And which you would have seen during the mix playthrough too. You've got the function now to be able to specifically change the type of notes if you're going for something specific, or you can just go on auto where it detect things. The humanize function over here kind of plays the balance between machine and human, and then the position gauge allows you to force the position of where you want it to play. So if I go all the way at position 20, I mean, it's not really possible in this sense, it's so low. But if you had a more complicated bass that was higher up on the fretboard, it would kind of shift it and force position to play it. It's not really a good example for that. And then we've got the doom mode, which is kind of, I guess you could say, I guess in my mind, it's pushing it to 11. It's pushing that drive and that distortion even to like the next little bit. So without it. So to me, like what I'm hearing there is I'm just hearing it more aggressive. I'm hearing more aggression. I'm hearing more grit. It's just like, I think of it dialing to 11. It's awesome. And the next thing that I want to talk about, which is something that I used throughout the mixing, the mix playthrough, was all the different dynamic techniques that are in here. So if you click the settings function, you can see the key switch map. You also see like the tuning, which is awesome. Being able to change the tuning is such a cool function. But the key switch map is really interesting. One of my favorite things that I know from, reading and seeing other things that Erman from Submission Audio was, not a humongous fan of, was having palm muting. I love palm muting. I love palm muting on bass as well. So this was an awesome thing to see happen. and everything just sounds so well done. And I'm going to show you exactly how to activate these things. So I'm going to go into here. This is, just a simple MIDI that I've created for this example. No, I didn't do any velocity. I didn't try and make it as real as possible. I wanted to show you exactly how it sounds, stock, out of the box kind of thing. And I'm looking at what the different options are here. And I'm going to go with, let's go palm mute alternative, because I love the way that palm mute sounds. So I'm going to go, what does it say? It's F-1. And then I'm going to put that against everything that I want palm muted. And then if I do it like this, which is awesome. It's palm muted now, which is great. Now let's go with something a little bit different. Oops, my bad. Let's go something a little bit different. Let's do, what do I feel like? I don't know. This is not how you should use this, but let's go to F-2 for the dead slap. Yeah, like that is really full on. It's not how you should use this. Same with the slide as well. There's a whole slide triggering mechanism within Eurobass 3, which is awesome. I'm just trying to find like the slide function now is something that you'll have to spend time getting used to. It's not something that I'm quite honestly all around. It's also not something I personally would use a huge amount. I don't find I incorporate a lot of slides into music that I would be using this kind of plugin for. Any slides would be on guitar. But I think what's incredible about this is just how realistic everything is. Like, quite genuinely, I think this is the most, like, just diverse, and you could say that you could get option paralysis for all the options you could get. But I think once you understand exactly how to get your head around programming as if you were doing realistic bass, it really opens up opportunities for you to create as good a production as you can. It's an awesome option to have all these different things, even from picking down, picking up. I mean, that may sound simple and it may be an expected thing, but we're talking about specific notes being mapped out, all picked down, all picked up. We're talking about every note being popped and every note being dead popped, every slide option being available, every tap option being available. Like, we can't understate how much work has actually gone into this. And I think you just have to be impressed with everything that's being done here. I mean, from as little as the colors being changed to the DI. Me personally, I quite like the DI and then running it through other plugins and other mixing tools that I have. You might like just run it through the straight distortion. In the mix playthrough, I had both variations of where I just got the tone straight from this, or when I got the tone from the DI here and then did other mixing. But I think overall, if you're looking for a bass, a virtual bass instrument that offers humongous low ends, versatility in regards to the dynamics and expressions that you can utilize, I don't think you have to really go that much further than this. As someone who has been exposed to Eurobass 1, Eurobass 2, and now Eurobass 3, I mean, it's a complete rework. It's an outstanding, plugin, and the entire group at Submission Audio should be really, really proud to get something this realistic and this awesome out there for all different players and producers to use. But yeah, overall, I hope that everyone enjoyed the mix playthrough and enjoyed this little overview of what's going on. And until next time, but thanks.